What's a life hack that sounds fake but is incredibly effective? Before we start with the first story, please hit subscribe and ring the notification bell to stay updated with us. Story 1. If you're having trouble staying awake in class at a meeting, see how long you can keep one of your feet lifted slightly off the ground. This is epic. I received some terrible advice earlier in my career to stay awake. I was told that if I quietly held my breath and tried to squeeze blood to my head, it would help to stay awake at work. So I tried this when I had a boring one-on-one training session with this HR lady. When she looked up at me halfway through going through a section of the reading material, I was full mid-squeeze and all red-faced. In hindsight, I'm pretty sure I looked like that kid with veins on his head meme and that I was trying to take a crap in her office chair. She looked shocked, then quickly looked away and just continued reading. FML, man. Story 2. If you are getting emotional and you want to remain calm, count backwards from 100 in increments of 7 or something similar that will make you think. It engages a different part of your brain and emotions subside. This is also helpful if you can't fall asleep due to a racing mind. Similar principle that if you preoccupy your mind with this, then you can't really be thinking about whatever is keeping you awake. I use it a lot. I have tried this since it was taught to me as a child, but it has the opposite effect on me. It gets my brain really focused on the next number and absolutely keeps me awake. It didn't so much keep me from focusing on what was keeping me awake as it became the thing I was focusing on that kept me awake. Story 3. If you are having a panic attack, sucking on an ice cube or dunking your face in ice water can stop it. I thought this was BS, but was shocked that sucking an ice cube calmed the physical symptoms of the panic attack. The ice water face thing requires your face to be fully in it, with some water a little up your nose. It triggers a reflex known as the mammalian diving response. It will drop your heart rate by like 30 BPM in seconds. If you don't have access to ice cubes or a bucket of water, touching anything cold helps. Windows on public transportation, just line your arm up against the window, no one will notice. Metal shelves in stores. Metal bars on the side of the stairs. There is always an option. Then ask yourself, what do I see, hear, taste, smell, feel? It grounds you. Humming or singing also works if your breathing is off. Story 4. Even just drinking water. I had a panic attack at work a few years ago and went to the on-site employee resources person, and the first thing he did was give me a bottle of water. And he explained that if your brain body get a signal that there are resources available to meet their basic needs, i.e. water, that it was the first step in signaling that we should not be in panic mode. I don't know the veracity of that, but after 10 years of doing it, it always seems to work. Story 5. If your ring gets stuck on your finger, Windex will slide it right off. Worked at a jewelry store for 5+ years. If your finger is too swollen to get your ring off, you can use a string. Pull the string under the ring, and then wrap the string tightly around the swollen part of your finger. Then slowly pull the part that was pulled under the ring, and it will slowly move the ring over the swollen part. The string provides compression and reduces friction to make the ring easier to slide off. Better living through chemistry. This is because classic Windex contains a little ammonia, which like any alkaline basic chemical causes fats to form soaps, also known as saponification, which makes your skin, which contains the fats, to feel slippery. For this reason, it's not great to leave Windex or similar chemicals on your skin for too long. It is actually reacting with your skin oils, which can cause damage if left to sit. Story 6. When you are speaking in front of a group or larger audience, wiggle your toes in your shoes. It will keep you from moving anything else, and stillness projects confidence. To that end, make eye contact and focus your attention on one person for a few moments until they nod. They will unconsciously nod. Then immediately glance around until you make eye contact with the next person and wait until they nod. People around them will also nod, and you generate a more engaged audience. It's a weird trick that works every time. Story 7. I call it the power of might as well. Getting up from my desk to go to the kitchen? Well, might as well take this plate with me. Heading to the bathroom before bed? Might as well brush my teeth while I'm at it. Brushing my teeth? Might as well floss too. Going outside? Might as well take the trash with me. I love the idea of this one, but would love to hear from others with ADHD about applying it. I've invested quite a lot of time into ignoring those sort of impulses as they are constant and can easily get completely off. course if I do one or two. Story 8. Whenever you accidentally set off your smoke alarm, give your pets a treat so they learn to come to you when there actually is a fire and you need to escape. This is so important. My apartment has a lot of fire alarm issues. The first time it went off after I'd moved. One of my cats squeezed himself into the far end of a tiny space between the counter and the fridge, which I hadn't even realized existed. I couldn't find him. I had to leave him there to evacuate, thinking I was leaving him there to die. It was awful. After that, I started a lot of training in regards to fire alarms and their carriers. They never got to the point where they'd come right to me, but they started freezing instead of running away, and stopped fighting me when I went to put them into the carrier. Story 9. Stop talking crap about yourself during your inner dialogue and start saying nice things. Whether you mean what you're saying or not doesn't matter. Your unconscious mind absorbs that, and it becomes the de facto way you see yourself. Eventually, your positive self-reinforcement will start to take root, and you'll see yourself in the positive light that you should. If you'd have told me this info 10 years ago, I would have said it's woo-woo. It is not. It actually works. My buddy fixed his anger issues with therapy like this. Anytime he got angry about something he did, he was supposed to pull himself out of the situation and pretend he was talking to a best friend about something they did. Changed his outlook on things. Story 10. If there's someone you really don't like, but it's important to get on well with, do something kind for them. I had a colleague I absolutely could not stand, but we had to work together and it was stressing me out. Then her pet bird died, and I had just seen a cute budgie pattern from my favorite knit toy designer. So I decided to make her one that looked like the picture she showed me of her pet, as a sort of keepsake keychain thingy. And doing something kind sort of hacked my lizard brain into thinking I liked her, because we do nice things for people we like, yes? She still got on my nerves on the daily, but the stress of that was suddenly a lot less. Story 11. If you're feeling anxious or nervous, chew gum. It sounds weird, but it actually tricks your brain into thinking you're safe and calm, because your body associates eating with being relaxed. Plus, it helps you focus and stay in the moment, which can really take the edge off in stressful situations. My freshman year of college, one of my professors told us to have snacks handy while we study for this same reason, in addition to giving our body and brains little treats for concentrating. Then a week before finals, he told us to write down our favorite study snack. And when we came in for our final, we all had our study snacks sitting on our desk ready to go for our test. Which was great for me because I wrote down that I like to get Togo containers of queso, guac, and tortillas from this little Mexican restaurant in town. And I had warm tortillas and queso and cold fresh guac waiting for me at my desk. My friend had IHOP pancakes sitting on her desk because this was back in the day when they had bottomless pancakes, and she'd just go sit at IHOP at 2 a.m. when it was dead and quiet and eat pancakes and study. Aced that final. Story 12. Just get a notebook and write in it. Write about problems, write about good things, write about crap you need to do or remember, track accomplishments, write goodbye letters or apologies to people you'll never see again, write plans for the future. Write to your past self, put the weird thoughts on paper instead of saying them out loud, think about something you want, and then write the steps to actually get there. Learn to organize your thoughts and improve your clarity. Evaluate your strengths and weaknesses. Try to figure what were or weren't responsible for, the things you can change and what's out of your control. What you really love, what people really love or loved about you, why you love them, why you don't anymore, what things you miss and why they're gone, what the little things that make you happy are, what you eat every day, how you manage your time, how you should manage your time. The potential is limitless. For practical purposes, emotional growth, creativity, streamlining your life, passing the time, just get a notebook and start using it for something. Story 13. The best life hack I ever read on Reddit was to heat up a metal spoon with near boiling water and press it against a mosquito bite for less than a second to completely neutralize any itching or irritation for at least 6 hours. The pain is temporary and short-lasting, and it's totally worth it. Nowadays, they sell electronic pens that essentially do this. Try it if you never have before. It amazingly works and is a lifesaver for mosquito magnets like myself. Yes, 60 is the temperature you're looking for, and for several seconds, that's the temp the Bite Away hits, and it's magnificent for neutralizing mosquito bites. Bite Away has a choice of treatment length, with a shorter option for children, or those who are very sensitive to heat. As someone who's prone to cellulitis from mosquito bites, I can't recommend it enough. Story 14. I know it sounds crazy, and it doesn't even sound like a life hack, but a lot of people seem to struggle with this one, and it can be a real game changer. But just do the thing you need to do right now. Don't put it off. That's it. Just stop what you're doing and just do it. Stop thinking about it and just do it. Get it over with. The sooner you do it, the sooner you can get back to what you want to do. I have ADHD. This is difficult to do when not medicated, but still really good advice if you can do it. If I do the thing straight away, I don't have to feel endlessly guilty about it until I actually manage to do it. So doing the thing is a kindness to myself, so I don't internally beat myself up. Also, starting tasks straight away when I've taken my ADHD meds unexpectedly makes me more able to do tasks even when unmedicated. I'm not constantly telling myself what I can't do or what I should have done sooner. So the energy I was spending being mean to myself is energy I can use to just get stuff done. It's surprising, but a relief my ADHD meds don't work all day. But now I can still do stuff once they've worn off, before I take the next dose. Story 15. If you are blanking on someone's name, introduce them to someone whose name you know. For instance, you see the man and he makes eye contact with you. You think, oh my God, I know him. What is his name? Make your way over to him with someone who you know, and make a half introduction. Say the man whose name you forgot, hey, good to see you. This is my friend Sarah. Wait, in the awkward space for a moment, one of two scenarios plays out. Either the man will introduce himself or Sarah will ask his name. The man now introduces himself to Sarah. Hi Sarah, I'm Anthony. Then you say, OMG, I'm sorry, Anthony.Sarah, Sarah.Nantoni. Now you have his name and didn't embarrass yourself by asking him to repeat his name. My favorite preemptive tip is to just tell people when I meet them, I'm really bad at remembering names, so I might have to ask you again at some point, sorry. Not only does it help if you do then forget their name, it often helps them feel more at ease in case they forget my name. It also breaks the ice a bit in a, look at us, we're all just silly humans way. If you like this, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. You can also share your those in the comment below.